Hello, this is Trent with RedList. I thought it might be a good idea to show people how RedList might be used in the steel industry, specifically on crane inspection and maintenance. I'm going to sign into an account here, and I'm going to go to the Forms menu. This is where we do a lot of the inspection and create inspection processes. If I go to the Submit, it allows me to pick from a few different inspections. One of these is the OSHA Crane Standards inspection. And as you know, a lot of these industries are regulated by OSHA and mandated that there's inspections that take place on a periodic basis. So you can see that we've included the language, the actual regulation for OSHA that's in here. From here, you can actually specify the crane that you're doing the inspection on. And then as you go through the questions, it's an easy pass fail type question setup that we've created for this particular inspection. All these can be done either on a desktop or on a mobile phone or a tablet. Let's say something should fail. Let's look at the footwalk shall have walking surface anti-slip tape. We'll notice that maybe the walking surface doesn't in fact have that tape, so we're going to fail that item. Once you fail the item, it asks for a work order description, and this is all something that we can configure. I'm going to go ahead and say walking surface tape has been removed, needs replaced. Okay, so I'm going to create a work order from that. I'm going to go ahead and pass the rest of these items on this inspection. Skipping to the bottom now, I'm going to go ahead and pass these final items and submit this inspection. Once the form has been inspected and I've gone through the inspection process, I can easily retrieve those entries by looking at the View Entries template from our drop-down menu. You can pull up the last 365 days of inspections that have taken place. As you can see, I've gone ahead and I can actually pull this inspection up that I've completed today. If I open that up, you can see that in fact all the past items, and then you can see, of course, the failed item as well. So all this is in a PDF format that you can pull up, and you can easily retrieve this. Now, it's a little bit of an issue to have this failed item, but the good news is we were able to create a work order when we failed that item. So if I go to the reliability window of our program and look at the work orders, you could see that in fact they're on the footwalks and ladders. They shall have working surface anti-slip tape, and that's due today. This was the item that I failed that created a work order. Once I click this, let's say I go ahead and service that and put anti-slip tape down. I'm going to go ahead and complete say that I completed that task. Took me, maybe it took me 25 minutes to complete that task. And I'm going to go ahead and tick this box and sign in fact that I've completed that. So I've cleared that work order. Now the good news is once I go back to that reliability menu, I can go back to the forms menu, and go to the view entries and pull up from that inspection the PDF format that we just barely barely showed earlier. And when I open this form, you can see again the past or failed items. Now the good news is once it's completed, you can see in fact the date that it failed, and then there's a complete feedback loop, and it says completed by Trent Richards on 5/29, and it shows in fact that I replaced that tape. So it's good record keeping for any of the regulatory bodies that need to look over your inspection process. Everything's tucked away nicely in the RedList tool. Incidentally, all of that logic can be programmed in our Forms tool menu. So if I go to this OSHA inspection form and I go to I'm going to go to the anti-slip tape. Here's the footwalk shall have a walking surface with anti-slip tape. If I open in that question up and edit it, you can see that we have the logic buttons selected. One of those logic buttons is this work order logic. If I open that up, you can basically see how we've created this to be a work order. So we've basically selected when question for, which is the question that's in question, is failed, then create a new work order, require a work order description be created, make it due today. Now, if it's something that can wait for a week, then you could obviously put 7 days or some time period in here. If it's something that's critical that needs to be done today, leave a 0. And then go ahead and assign that to Trent Richards or whoever that employee might be. You can actually specify employees or even roles, so it could be mechanic team or whatever the case may be. Anyway, that work order logic will then be fired and triggered and create a work order for the appropriate person to service that piece of equipment. Anyway, just wanted to thank you for watching this brief video on how RedList can be used to uh, inspect and maintain your cranes. If you have any questions, then please reach out and visit our website at yourredlist.com. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll hope to hear from you soon.